Guys, welcome back to the next episode. I took a little longer on this episode. The family's been sick, so haven't got a whole lot done, but I was able to get the UPRK member and the Flaming River rack just hand tied in there. Just kind of test fit and everything. Not really sure how it would fit, so today we'll probably be tightening up the K member, install these UPRA arms, and I found out this bump steer kit doesn't work from the inner tie rods that are on this Flaming River rack, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. I've been in contact with UPR, super good customer service, so they're helping me out. They're gonna have me take some measurements and verify that I do have the right bump steer kit. I'm also gonna try and get these strange coilovers installed today, so there's going to be a little bit of everything going on today. Motor's pretty well wrapped up. I got the 4.6 motor mounts on with the LS1 adapter plates. So they also give you this oil dipstick spacer. So went ahead and got all that stuff installed. Rockers are all torqued down. And I've got the valve cover surfaces all cleaned up. And I got the valve covers themselves soaking in oven cleaner right now, and I'm gonna let those sit for a while, and then I'm gonna take them to the local car wash and get those cleaned off and put back on. Also, in the meantime, I went ahead and did my lighting in here has been horrible. Half of these lights are LED lights from Menards, and they all end up like that. That's what they're supposed to look like, but they all end up like that. And so I only had like 3 good LED lights that worked, so I ordered some Chinese shit off Amazon, and I mean, this place is lit up now. These are the 3 new ones here. They work great. Really light up the engine bay. Before I was having to use that headlamp, so this is a nice little upgrade. So I'll bring you guys back whenever I start getting things sorted out. I'm gonna try and get these coilover bearing races on. You have to apply some grease to these races and put them on the top of these coilover hats here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that stuff done and then bring you guys back, and hopefully we'll be ready for install. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. Went ahead and got the coilovers installed. The documentation on the assembly of the coilovers is kind of half-assed, so I'm really not sure if it's right. I guess we'll find out, if shit starts clunking or not. But I'm gonna go ahead and install these UPR A-arms. They come with 2 different bushings. They have red. They also have black. Black, I believe, is more for like a race application. Since this is going to see some street driving as well as the strip, I'm just going to go ahead and go with the red. So I guess instructions say to insert the red bushings, and then you have to insert this metal sleeve, but you have to grease everything very, very well, or else you're going to have issues down the road. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's somewhat in there, but the bolt will help drive that in a little further. guy's awfully close to that tie rod. Let's see if it works. Pretty much to finish assembling this, I need the spindles, and I have the SN95 V6 front spindles. I assume they're the same as the GTE. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the 5-lug stuff and the different years that coincide with each other, so we're gonna let that dangle there. But we got everything pretty well hand tight. Like I said, the K members in there, you know, just hand tight with bolts. The Flaming River racks in there, just hand tight. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side's A-arm, and then we'll go ahead and start tightening things up. So, all right, guys, we're back on the other side. We're pretty much just gonna do the same thing here. Like I said, using the red bushings instead of the black ones. Get these taken care of. This side's not looking like it fits as well as the other side. So bring you guys in a little closer here. Unfortunately, I think this might need some modification. Might have to get the big hammer. It's unfortunate. It's in there now, but I don't exactly like having to do that. Like I said, I'm a little bit concerned about how close this nut is here to this inner tie rod boot, but if we have problems down the road, I'll figure out a way to fix it. So pretty much have everything in place. I'm probably going to work on tightening down these K-member bolts now and getting everything, you know, sitting in there rather than just hanging here. So stay tuned for that. You know, I'm 100% sure there's the right way to square up a K-member, but I don't know of a way, and so I basically pull up the K-member as far forward as I can and just sending them home. Go ahead and do the other side now. Alright, we're over here on the other side. Go ahead and do the same thing. I'm like kind of happy how this fitment is, but not ecstatic. These washers suck. Like, this hardware is just not great. Try again. Alright, so I've got the front K-member portion done, or I guess I should say the rear. Now we'll go ahead and focus on the front here. Looking at right here. Yeah, I'm quite sure those are to spec. Alright, then go ahead and do the other side here. Alright, now that I've got those done, I'm going to go ahead and tighten up these A-arm bolts while I'm down here. I'm pretty much going to tighten them to where they're, I don't know, horizontal, I guess. And then when I get these spindles sandblasted and powder coated, go ahead and throw them on and adjust them accordingly. So, alright, so on this A-arm stuff, I mean, you want to tighten it to where it'll hold it there, but you don't want it so tight that you're smushing the bushings and causing too much preload. It even says right here, tighten A-arm hardware to take up all play while still retaining complete up and down mobility. Do not over tighten, as binding can cause premature failure. So I'm not going to use the impact on this. I'm just going to go ahead and get them somewhat right until I get these spindles done. This is kind of how you want it here. You let go and it just slowly goes down. You can give it a few more duggas. Yeah. So I'm not really sure how I feel about this side. Seems fine. This side, however, I don't know if you guys can see. I'll try to and get it here so you can see the, well, if I can get a light. You see the gap there on that bushing. I don't like that. It's almost like the sleeve's too long, and it's not pinching them together how I want it to, so it needs to go this way. Not sure what to do about this, but it's tightened, it's staying there, so I guess time will tell maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Hoping this side goes a little bit smoother. The sleeves don't seem like they're too elongated like the other side, so I guess we'll find out here. I probably got that one a little tighter than I should, but I think with the weight of the spindle on there, everything should be okay. I may loosen this one up just a little bit. Yeah, it feels a lot better now. So, all right, we pretty much only thing we have left as far as tightening up goes is to get this Flaming River rack tightened up. I think I have it in position where I want it, so we will see. Alright guys, so I got the rack bolts tightened up, K-member bolts tightened up, A-arm bolts tightened up. We might be ready to set this motor in here just to see how it fits. On the 80E you have to do some massaging on the trans tunnel around that electrical connector, so if I can get the motor in here, just sitting in here without the tranny attached, I can go ahead and measure from the back of the motor where the bell housing would attach to the motor and measure the distance between that and the electrical connector and get an idea and start massaging it. That way I'm not putting the trans in here with the motor in and out, you know, multiple times trying to figure it out. So I'll probably go ahead and massage the cooler line side as well, but we'll see. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm pretty much at a standstill until I can get this trans off to the trans shop and get the TransGo shift kit installed. So like I said, I want to go ahead and drop the motor in and see where it sits and about where that electrical plug is going to sit in the trans tunnel and try to do some massaging. So stick along. It's in. That actually went fairly simple. You see here I got a little bit of a gap I'll need to take care of on the that motor mount there. But it's in there, and I don't have to really worry about it teeter-tottering too much. If I get these bolts tightened up, it should stay pretty much where it's at now. It's not touching the firewall, so looks like the oil pan clearance is pretty good as well. I'll take you guys off the stand and show you. Yeah, you can see the pan clearance is nice. Nice and good. Plenty of room. The pan doesn't sit below the cross member any. Plenty of room for activities up here. We got the Griffin radiator sitting over there. It's pretty thick, but we'll still have plenty of room for the hot side when the time comes. So I am going to get off to the car wash and get these valve covers power washed and put on here before I get too much dirt in the heads here. But it's in. That's progress. Next, like I said, we'll be taking the transmission to the trans shop and getting the Transgo HD2 installed, and I've already got the Circle D single lockup billet front converter. It's a 32 to 3400 stall. I may go with a higher stall down the road. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, made major progress today with tightening everything up, getting the motor placed in here, coilovers installed. Yeah. Alright guys, this is probably where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to run to the car wash and get the valve covers cleaned off. You'll see those next time, but went ahead and tossed the LS3 2010 Camaro manifolds on, and there's about, I don't know, 1/4 inch of clearance maybe. I mean enough that I feel comfortable, and the engine's actually more leaning towards this side. I need to pivot it a little bit. I'll have to do some grinding, see if I had the valve cover on, that this bolt right here would stab it, so I'm going to have to cut that bolt off. Still haven't decided if I'm going with the LS1 intake manifold or if I want to do the truck manifold. I know the truck manifold flows a little bit better, but you know, again, I'm running NA essentially off the get-go, so I may not need the truck manifold to yield much more power. So still haven't decided on either drive-by-wire or drive-by-cable. I have a cable. I went and picked up another drive-by-wire pedal that's metal so I could weld on it, but I'm still undecided. I'm kind of leaning towards cable and just getting rid of cruise control, but we'll see. I change my mind often, so I'd really like to get the steering shaft in on this Flaming River rack, just to see how that LS3 manifold is going to fit over on this driver's side, but I don't want to put it in there because I know I'm going to take the motor back out, so we'll tackle that whenever I get the tranny and motor in. But you can kind of see how the motor's lopsided more towards that side, so it actually needs to pivot a little more, and I think that'll give more clearance over here on this manifold as well as this side. So I'm going to end the video here. Look forward to more updates here soon. Hopefully the trainee shop gets my stuff done fairly quick. I went and picked up all my turbo stuff that came off my old 2500 truck. So I've got, you know, turbo, wastegate, the truck manifolds. I went ahead and welded the V-bands on. I've got, I believe those are -8 and -6, or maybe they're -10 and -8 PTFE fuel lines. I can't remember. But I mean, it's enough to flow, you know, well over 800 horsepower. So we still have a whole bunch of parts that we need to install. Like I said, I got the radiator. So there's going to be plenty more content for episodes. So stay tuned, and like I said, I appreciate you guys. If this helps anybody else out, I am more than glad to keep doing this, but it's mostly for myself, just for documentation. But if you guys like these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you guys.